I'm actress and singer-songwriter Keota Picou, and you're listening to the motherfucking podcast.
Because the word motherfucker is a noun. It describes a person, place, or thing.
August 29, 2005. Hurricane Katrina was the costliest storm in U.S. history, and its effects still felt today in New Orleans, Louisiana. Hurricane Katrina made landfall off the coast of Louisiana on August 29, 2005, and it hit land as a Category 3 storm with winds reaching speeds as high as 120 miles per hour. This is the 15th year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina for those who rode out the storm, those who were here in the Gulf Coast, those who were here specifically, whether it be on the West Bank or in New Orleans specifically. We all kind of went through something, Mr. Headquarters, and we are all changed now because of it and probably forever. But what do you remember about the time back then going through Katrina?
For me, I remember it was a Saturday before it hit. I was going about my day like, and shit was wrong. It was another week. It was another day. I was just starting college at Delgado on the West Bank.
And shout out to Open Walk.
Delgado. But we was over there. I had my first class over there, going through the week, going to work. Didn't even know a storm was coming until the day before when I had people saying, preparing for the storm or whatever. I'm like, what storm? So, I finally turned on the news and stuff, and it's like, oh, shit, I probably should do something. So,
yeah. You might want to.
Because, a lot of times in New Orleans growing up, a lot of times you hear a storm coming, you're like, oh, okay, a storm coming, whatever. And, he's like, well, we just ride it out. It'll be like a day. We might not have power, and we'll be all right. But, this was different. I remember Hurricane Andrew as a kid when I was maybe 6 or 7, I think, in 1992. Hurricane Andrew, wasn't a major storm, but it hung around enough to cause a lot of flooding.
1992.
I remember that as a kid. That was the worst thing I remember as a kid, minimal flooding, from that storm. It was a lot of property damage. There was no people died. Lots and lots of people died. This was different. Katrina took family. It took people. It was more than just property damage. You know what I'm saying?
Katrina was the worst thing that ever happened.
It moved people for the rest of their lives. Some people never came back. Think about the people that ain't never set foot back again in New Orleans.
I got family that still live out of state. They ain't never coming back. To them, they said it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people never seen the outside of the city of New Orleans before Katrina. Some people who would never go across the river because it was a foreign place to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So being able to go to places like Oklahoma City, Chicago, Memphis, they love our language.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, the United States love how a nigga from New Orleans talk, man. They love this shit.
So, we going to touch on that a little bit. But, yeah, whenever we went somewhere, and we ain't even the thickest, not even close, the thickest New Orleans accents.
Not at all.
Not even close. So, when we go to other cities and states and stuff like that, and even outside of the country, people hear our country accent, our New Orleans country accent to a degree. They're like, man, where you from? Where you from? You know what I'm saying? New Orleans? That's how you sound? All right. That's different. So,
that's my dog, man.
Crew members, y'all about to hear this episode. Y'all about to hear us dive into this. But this was very emotional to us.
Absolutely.
So we want to bring that out to y'all. But anyway, moving forward, the guys about to bring in the show. We actually about to get into the meat and potatoes of the show. We kept it funny for y'all. We didn't keep it all the way somber like this. So we got that coming up. We're gonna be talking about Katrina. We're gonna be talking about the lingo, New Orleans lingo, and we also gonna be bringing back part 2 of the Keota Picou interview.
It's going to be solid, man. And listen, make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, but also download. You can check us on Apple Podcasts. You can check us on Stitcher. You can check us on what else, Mr. Headquarters?
Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts. We're available on most major platforms. Make sure you check us out on Podbean as well. That's our main distributor. Shout out to Podbean.
And make sure y'all go to all of our social media platforms. Make sure y'all go to Linktree. That's linktr.ee/themfnpod. You can check us out. Make sure you go to all them shits.
That's right.
Motherfucker.
Bad motherfucker.
Now check out the show.
What up, motherfuckers? This Tito Santana Miguel and Miguez III. The motherfucking podcast will be right back, you hear me?
What up, motherfuckers? You want to be a part of the motherfucking crew? Like, download, subscribe, and share at our website at Linktree. Linktree, linktr.ee/the MF'N Pod. Linktree.
Welcome back to the chaos. You are now listening to the motherfucking podcast. It's ironic that the anniversary of Katrina is like next week, and we're about to have 2 hurricanes in 2 different days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the same week that Katrina ironically hit.
Yeah, we recording this on a Saturday night, so the first hurricane's predicted to hit on Monday?
Monday.
Yeah. So, and the next one the day after that?
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fucking anniversary being right around the corner for 15 years later is like fucking
August 29th.
How ironic. We already had 2 fucking hurricanes ripped through our ass. And Katrina and Rita, everybody that's went through that shit knows how that shit was, how painful that shit was, how annoying that shit was.
Well, nothing like it.
All of us got displaced. Pudge, you was in Houston, like me.
I was in Atlanta
Sally
first, and I
was
went to
in New York.
Houston.
I went to New York.
Tito.
I'm going to Fultondale, Alabama.
Yep.
What?
Fultondale.
Alabama.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what about you, DJ?
Well, with us, with Katrina hitting like that, we had relocated to where my family was. I have a cousin in Houston, Texas, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there first. Mom wasn't having it. She was so adamant on going back home, but thankfully she had like a parents' house that we stayed in. They ran on city power. So we stayed there until everything was back on. But that was a rough one because I used to work at Rouse's at that time, and we had no power. So we was up in there sweating like a hot box. So that was just...
Hey, no offense.
Put them in a hot box.
Say that one more time for the fans out there and the official crew members of the motherfucking podcast. You said, and I quote, y'all was sweating like a hot box?
Sweating in there like a hot box.
That's some country shit.
Nobody in New York will know what that means.
Been in there all damn day. There all damn day.
I'm going to ask y'all a universal question.
Mm-hmm.
In no particular order. As a matter of fact, yes, a particular order. I'm going to start with Beanie Man on this one.
What's up?
I'm going to ask you a real question.
Okay.
Let's go 3 days before Katrina. Not a long drawn out something. Well, let's just paint the picture of where were you in your life at that time and what you were doing.
3 days before?
3 days before. What were you doing with your life 3 days before Hurricane Katrina? Where were you?
It's funny because 3 days before Katrina, I think my job told me go home, take care of your family. So I think I had just started at Delgado, my first year at Delgado at the time, and because I had took 2 years off and didn't go to school right away, we just went straight to work at the high school.
Park or West Bank?
West Bank.
West Bank.
And, He
Oh.
always West Bank to the fucking.
Oh, right next to old Perry Walker. Shout out to them Chargers.
That's Perry Walker. You ready?
Shout out to them Chargers
that was the
over there,
boo.
man.
That was the boo.
Man, look. Still fucking Del got
Del got him. He was a Dolphin.
That one little building.
That
is Del Ghetto. I did one fucking day at school, one fucking Saturday, and I had to pay all that fucking money out for them books and shit. Still didn't get my money back. Delgado, bitches.
Some bullshit.
But you know, I was staying with my dad, so it was. I thought everything was gonna be fine. You know, I mean, staying uptown. I was actually at that time I was staying uptown, in the 12th ward, and
As I creep through that 12th ward. Shout out to Mystical.
And you know, I staying by my dad. I'm thinking everything gonna be fine. You know, I wasn't thinking about no storm and shit. That's how I was not paying attention to the fucking news, no storm, none of that shit. And I don't think nobody really thought it was gonna be as strong and as bad as it was gonna be. Mm-hmm. So, what about you, Sully? I mean, I know you had a particular situation since you and your brother went up to New York.
Else. You know, I was working at the cell phone store. Can't say the name, but it's corporate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They said, put all the phones in bags, put them as high as you can, lock the doors, get the fuck out of there. Mm. That was a reality check for me, because I'm like, man, okay, so what do we do? We left my house. It took us 16 hours to get to Baton Rouge. Mm-hmm. You guys know how it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get there. So evacuated, ended up in New York, and it was a game changer. You know what I'm saying?
What was the game changer for you?
I came back over here,
right,
working for the same store, making more money than I ever had in my life.
Really?
Oh yeah. Spent that shit on the dumbest shit.
So would you say New York was your second home outside of New Orleans?
No? New York. God bless New York. I think you gotta be from there. Because those guys are like extra fast. You know, you walk into a little cafe shop. Hey, how you guys doing today? God bless y'all. Everybody looking at you like East Coast, you know what I'm saying? What about you, Peter?
Mine was actually, I was actually working at a dealership still. You know, at that time I was working at a dealership. I was actually laying in my bed 3 days prior to. You know, we was actually sitting there talking me and my girlfriend at that time. We were sitting there talking about it. She was like, yeah, well, what are you thinking about doing? What is going to be your move? And, you know, as far as like, you know, what are you going to do as far as where we're going to go? And I'm like, man, most of the time when they predict these storms, they don't come through. But when I seen my boy Bob Brett come on, like anybody, it could have been any other weather forecaster come on. Mm-hmm. When Bob Brett come on there, he said that I've never seen a storm of this magnitude. It literally woke me up. Like I jumped up and I said, you packed already? And she was like, yeah, well, I'm trying to get packed. And I said, yeah, if that guy comes on the news, we got to go. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Like you said, those hours, as far as like 16 hours, you know, how long it took you to get where you needed to go at, it took us about that too as well. And to get to Alabama. You know, and the worst part about it in my thing is that I actually seen racism at its finest. You know, based on, you know, she was about to be my future mother-in-law. She had to pull over, her car was overheated. Okay, so we pulled off on the side and we stopped by this post somewhere, and it was coming across this long bridge. I forgot where it was. And man, I mean that the guys like the old man come to, he's like, yeah, what are you guys doing? He said, man, our car's overheated. You guys need to get back in your car. Like, nah. I'm like, sir, our car is overheating. The guy literally pulled the gun out on us. Had to be at least about 80 plus years old. you know, and he pulled his gun out on us like we were criminals. My mother-in-law was crying, and I'm like, man, you're wrong for this, man. You're wrong for this. We got back in the car, we went on to the next exit. She couldn't stop crying for nothing. That was kind of like my worst experience, you know, when it came down to this Katrina. I mean, you know, the Katrina stuff that was going on. You know, for me, it was just a bad experience for me. You know, but what about you, Pudge?
3 days before Katrina was weird because shout out to my dog Duff. We had just got our apartment. This is our junior year in college. We was at Nicholls State, and we had just got our apartment off campus. We had rented a 3-bedroom apartment. I'm playing video games and shit. I go to class. I'm hearing they got a fucking Category 5 out in the Gulf. We just moving in. And we broke college students. This weekend, I'm like, man, I'm going home. Gonna wash some clothes. I don't think it's much of nothing. You know, I'm thinking people just hyping shit up, whatever.
Right.
So I go home. I get home, I'm noticing shit. Like you try to make a phone call on your cell phone, it's taking like extra long to get through. You know what I'm saying? Just like abnormal shit. Like a lot of motherfuckers at the gas station. Like just like abnormal shit. So, you know, my mama, she walked in the crib, she kind of got like a little panic on her. I'm like, she like, where you gonna go? I'm like, what you talking about? I'm trying to see what she, you know, how deep she really thinking about this. Right. So I fall back, I'm like, what you talking about? She like, this storm. It's a Category 5. I ain't never seen nothing like this before, ever. I'm like, who you evacuating with? She was like, I'm evacuating with my job. I'm like, I reached back to Duff. I'm like, yo, son, you sure you don't want to move nowhere? You good? He like, nah, man, I'm gonna just stay here. He's like, I'm like, all right, dog, I'll probably blow past. I'll be back to school on Monday. I'm gonna just chill out. I catch a nap. AC come banging on the door. Like, yo, dog, we gonna go up there by Mike and Hammond, and then from there we gonna shoot out, probably go to Atlanta, and we probably gonna ultimately end up in Chicago. We wind up getting to Atlanta. Dodge a bullet. That's what it said on the news. We try to get back to New Orleans. We can't get back further south. We have to go out towards Texas, end up in Houston.
I did the shit.
Nah, for me, growing up in Houma like I did on the east side, most of the time for hurricanes, we usually get a lot of wind, rain, floods a lot of times.
That's usually what happens in a hurricane.
Well, the thing about it is with this one, see, I grew up, you talk about a kid that grew up and went through Hurricane Andrews at one time a while back.
1992 in August, I remember. Went through Miami first as a Cat 4, then came to us as a Cat 2, I remember.
And I got a big family. On the beauty side of my dad's side at that time, I got a big family. So they all come into our house. I'm sleeping on the sofa bed. Everybody done took over my room. But for Hurricane Katrina, that was the absolutely first time we literally had to evacuate. Like, it was just something different about Hurricane Katrina for some reason. Like, my mom was like, we got to pack whatever you can and let's go.
Yeah.
And I was like, we usually just stick around for hurricanes at this point. I mean, we would get like a lot of wind, a lot of rain, but it wouldn't just damage our house like that.
Category 5 homes.
Man, she was adamant to my dad. My dad was like, son, do what your mama tells you. Go ahead and pack. Let's go. Yeah. And just shout out to Houston for a couple of days until everything died down. When we got back, windows broke, roof damage out the wazoo, food just spoiled all over. I ain't never been through something like that before.
Let me ask you this. you didn't have an eerie feeling of that anyway, like the build up of it, like when they was talking about it prior to.
Stop it.
You didn't start.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. You an
No.
You an asshole.
Like me,
You are an asshole.
No.
Personally,
Oh,
I had a
let
eerie feeling.
let me answer that question. Let me go ahead and answer that question.
That bitch was big. It covered the Gulf of Mexico. It was the biggest storm motherfucking ever.
No, but it's for
What build up do you need?
Man, I know. I'm just.
Hurricane Katrina, for a hurricane like that to spook my mom, because she would always have this old saying, "We just gonna stay and ride this big wave." I'm like, all right, it's gonna kill us all.
And that's
The next day we take the tape off the window, we good.
That's what I'm getting at right there.
But most of that
This one for some reason a
lot of us couldn't afford to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that strong will, we gonna stay the fuck here, came from, because a lot of us couldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't get out. The cars wouldn't make it out of town.
Yeah, that too. But like, I don't know, man. It's just something about New Orleans people. Like we just don't trust. We don't trust our meteorologists. Wherever they are,
Well, half the time they say it's gonna be raining and it's hot as hell.
Yes, they just horrible.
So what you expect?
Come on that bitch. If that dude come on that, y'all better believe every fucking word he said.
I know what you're talking. I know what dude you're talking about. Yeah.
That boy he got a ghetto fade. With a 5-year line.
Not no more. He retired.
No, but he comes out for special occasions.
He took off his suit.
Dude, he was retired at that time.
He was like, you know what?
He came out on a special occasion for this, letting y'all know that this shit is serious.
Yeah, this wasn't no fucking joke.
But you know what? Coming into New York, Jay-Z was on. I'm talking about what a beautiful entrance.
Yeah, that's that was pretty cool. Like, just coming in and you know that Jay-Z is on. So
I was tuning into the radio.
The radio station, yeah.
I would love to go to New York.
Man,
I ain't never been to New York.
New York City. I was in Inwood off 206 and Broadway.
What borough was that?
That's Lower Manhattan. So
you a rich somebody.
Yeah, he wanted to go out to the nice.
Washington Heights.
Well, you go to Washington. You was in the hood. Shout out to Fat Joe.
They have this one drink over there called the Nutcracker, and it's a very fruity drink. They give it to you in this jug. You can sip on this, bro. It don't taste like no alcohol or nothing. Have you fucked up on sight?
Yes, indeed.
Silly. 2 things, my man.
Huh?
First off, the name of the drink was Nutcracker.
I mean, I heard
that's
that.
the 2 things that stuck out.
I never fooled me because I was never about to say, first of all, I ain't thinking of J. Cole.
That's the 2 things that stuck out to me. Nutcracker is a very fruity drink. That's the 2 things that stuck out to me. I'm sorry.
What? You mean Sally, right? So Sally.
Shout out to EJ the DJ with the elbow from the top rope.
So Sally, how fruity was this Nutcracker? Is it a sweet? Was it sweet? I just want to know.
Beanie, hold on. Beanie. All you need to know was that it fucked him up.
Damn. EJ's on fire tonight. You got fire. You got flame.
That's all you need to know. Talking about how fruity it was. It fucked him up.
Damn.
Well, that's good to know, knowing you drinking drinks of, like Nutcracker.
Now, I'm going to tell you
very fruity. Very, very fruity.
Tampa ain't nothing to sleep on either, man. As far as
Tampa's nice.
3-stage clubs.
I've been to Tampa.
They got one on Eboard.
Eboard City.
Same thing. Same type of
Shout out
Speaking
to
of
Davidoff from Geneva. Very impressive place, by the way. And across the street is a Texas de Brazil. Oh my God. Amazing. Right around the corner from the Yankees little training facility and home of the Succaneers. Hey,
why you look me in my eye? Why you look me in my eye when you say
listen,
that?
I ain't even went to that.
That was
Ain't none of that bullshit. When I talk to somebody, I look a man in his eyes. It's called respect, dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, you.
But hold up, dude. You talking about my team, but you're looking at him. Look at me, yo. I want to love.
Now you gotta listen. I'm looking at you, but these glasses is thick than the motherfucker.
Yo.
No, I ain't cockeyed, goddamn it.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at you.
Over here, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, you know I'm looking at one of y'all. Shit.
One of y'all, motherfucker.
Fuck the both of y'all.
You know, it's another unexpected place I went to. There was a nice place that's like nightlife. Phoenix.
Phoenix. Is this the Hillary show? Phoenix. Remember that? Shout out to Uncle Malik out there in Phoenix. Getting back to the story though. The reason why I said what I was saying earlier is because when I was in Atlanta for a few days, I noticed their language was different, but they was amazed with mine, and especially when I got to Houston, you know, and man, it was crazy because
it is funny.
I kept having people like I was a single man I wasn't single.
What were people shocked about when you spoke how you normally speak? Like what words do you say?
With me?
Yeah.
Oh, man, what's happening? What's happening, little water?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's my lady over there. What's happening, little baby?
What's down?
What's down with it?
Yeah.
What's down?
So.
What's down, little bitch? Little bitch ass nigga.
You know what? That's another
But then
one.
say some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But that's how we talk. It don't mean nothing.
We definitely cool calling each other bitches.
But it's how you
It's
say it though.
But it's definitely how you say it.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, in certain other places, you can't get away with calling another
you
man
gotta
a
be
bitch.
ready on site.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
What about calling another man big? What's happening with you, little big?
Yeah, that too.
What's happening with your little?
Yeah, that too.
What's happening with your little bed? Yeah, that's just the lingo. That's the lingo that New Orleanians have, and that's what makes us, man. You know that's people love it.
Now here go to number one.
It'd be so
You
funny.
remember this one?
Damn GPS.
This is the number one right here. Y'all remember this? Why?
What's happening,
what's happening, little bitch, you?
Yeah.
Little stupid ass, little dirty ass.
Like, well, nah.
I think it's more in the South, but I do, I have to talk on North. Mm-hmm. We always refer to our elders as yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Very respectful.
Very.
Absolutely.
When I was in the West Coast, I was yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't talk back to their old.
Oh yes. No, baby, don't call me that. I ain't that old. I ain't just. That's what they hit you with. I've seen it a lot. I've seen that when I was in Tampa. It was the same. Like, you meet an older lady, and and it's how you doing? I'm doing okay. How's your day going? Yes, ma'am. This, that. Oh no, don't call. I ain't that old. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, now. Don't call me now. Call me whatever. What the hell?
Right.
All right, bitch.
No, man, no, we don't do that, man. No, man, we don't do that, bro. We don't do that, bro. No, my brother.
I mean, we get their attention.
Oh my goodness,
right?
Listen, we grown up now, man. Hold on, man. We grown up now. In our youth, we done done some dumb shit that we weren't too proud of. Real shit, man. I'll be real. I know for me, I done said some dumb shit. I didn't did some.
I ain't going in front.
You done seen me do some dumb shit. I'm not even gonna say because I am not gonna have charges pressed upon me. So we're not gonna go there. But now I think my mind has changed.
Mm-hmm.
I look at life differently. I don't want to say as in most people say like I feel like invincible. You know what I mean? It's not.
No, I know what you mean.
It's like we done seen so much death.
Mm-hmm.
We done seen so much strife. We done went through so much bullshit. Like it's almost as if we had PTSD because we had to deal with. Katrina took a chunk out of all of us.
Yes, sir.
It really did. It morphed us mentally because we had to adapt to some shit we didn't know before, we haven't seen before, and then noticing a lot of people who we know who have died or all of the struggle that it caused and separations and bullshit. And it just kind of threw everything off, man. Like our life went upside down.
It was like the military.
Right. It's crazy.
Like if you literally went to the military, you went fought overseas or Afghanistan, you're gonna have that what they would consider post-traumatic stress.
Absolutely.
That's what they would consider. That's like a change. Nobody has never been through something like that as far as like in this generation. Like, man, I've seen people still get emotional. Like when our anniversary comes up, you're gonna see so many people on TV that's still that's bawling in tears because they lost so many loved ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, on the upscale of that, some good old Hurricane pussy was amazing, right?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Some of these
fuck.
Some of these trucks.
Oh my God. Here we go with this.
Man, I'm reliving Katrina. Your ass will talk about some hurricane pussy. Jesus Christ.
I mean, you know what? Since you know what, Joey, you kind of right.
I love you.
I mean, that hurricane pussy was kind of sweet. I ain't gonna lie, it was like that,
man.
Good Lord.
It was, but fuck, man. That's what I was.
Hey, that shit was fire.
You're right. Jeez.
It was hot as fuck.
I hate
Son, you gotta realize, man, I was in a hotel.
So much.
You had no air conditioning.
Literally 6 people, bro. And me and my now child's mother. We literally went sideways.
Yeah.
It was mom, them and Demo and the other kids was in the top bed. We was on the floor. I had to get it how I had to get it. Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh my God,
man!
I had to get it how I had to get it.
Was Katrina not the perfect storm?
I remember.
On the flip side,
uh-huh.
Like going back into the language, we was in Houston.
Yep.
Think about it. I had 3 spots. I had an apartment on the southwest side, A-Leaf, Beach Nut and Cook. Shout out to the Southwest. There's love over there, son. I'm telling you. I had on Highway 6 and I-10, they had a hotel. The showed the guy my ID. He gave us a room for a year. Just right there. Boom, you have your room. Yours. I go to and transfer from Nicholls State. I go on the University of Houston campus. Now I got a Kia Sorento with some rims on it, with some graphics on the back of it. My windows tinted the fuck out. I look crazy as hell. Because, man, rims was the shit.
That was the shit at that time. That time, you was King Dang-a-lang over there.
Right.
I'm about to tell you.
And then especially being a broke rapper who was trying to make it.
Like groupies.
I know you
and I wasn't that talented.
Huh?
Yo, Monte Carlo with the fucking Lambo doors with the kid with the motherfucking rims.
That boy said incomplete kid. He ain't gonna give himself all the credit. He said, come and get incomplete kid.
The white Monte Carlo, son. It was crazy, dog.
Oh, he had a white one?
He had a white one with the fucking spinners. Son, he get out this bitch. I'm telling you, dog, the fucking
Yeah, the wing on the back.
Nothing but genuine.
Yeah, the wing on the back.
He's fine. He
Yeah,
go past the food court at my Oakwood Mall. You got it bad. When you wrong, yeah. All right, God. Son, get out, motherfucker. S curl, the straightest line in there. You know, son, no wind. No wind. No wind. None whatsoever.
Slow motion.
No, son, listen. I'm going to tell you what happened. This motherfucker was stopping in front of Oakwood Mall.
Yeah, don't forget the shades.
Look, nah, son, I'm telling you. I witnessed this shit. Look, this how this shit go. I'm telling you. And this ain't on no group and shit. Bitch ass niggas. Fuck y'all. So look, this bitch will pull up. The motherfucking car will stop. Fucking spinners will keep going.
Spinners on that bitch?
The fucking, look, the door will go open. Ah, this bitch would float out. This motherfucker with the shiny motherfucking Pelly Pale jean jacket outfit.
Yes, indeed. Looking like Cisco off the thong
crispy
song.
white tee, the fucking
I'm pretty sure his
fresh
pants was tight.
motherfucking Reebok, not a fucking.
Give me a couple tries first because you have to pass the food court.
Mm-hmm.
When you make your left, it's all palm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He ain't had nothing on you.
Keep your foot on the brake.
Mm-hmm.
Half of your curl outside.
This bitch had an ass curl.
Absolutely.
So look, he interested. Tito interested because he had the same fucking S curl, just a little smaller.
Oh my God.
Hey, but my brother had the actual apartments right over there by the Oakwood Mall. Like, you know, they got the apartment
right down for Whitney.
Yeah.
By the canal.
By the canal?
Yeah, right there by the canal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, so I'm sitting
talking about Kyron.
Who?
Talking about Kyron.
No, talking about Taz.
I know Taz.
Like you running.
I know Taz.
Why it look like you running away from your mic right there?
I've been moving here.
You ain't got that halitosis. I heard that's going around.
Yeah, we did hear that.
You heard that shit.
Oh, I was making sure the mic wasn't running away from you. Oh, all right.
Oh my goodness.
My bad.
Oh no, we definitely heard it was going around, but this not.
Yes. Reverend Pudge, please pass around the Altoids. Break it.
Warning, shit breath alert.
What you say? The spoiled pool water?
Pool water. If y'all first time listeners, if you want to know what we're talking about, please visit episode 1.
Y'all some dumb bitches.
Please visit episode 1 and you'll understand what we're talking about.
Bro, why you looking like you over there licking the side of a dick on your fucking mic, bro? This bitch.
Oh my God.
Look at how this bitch talking into his mic, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
You over here nibbling on. You over here.
Don't say nibbling. Don't say. Choose your words. Choose your words. Don't say nibbling. Don't say nibbling. Choose your words.
Yo.
Don't say nibbling. Don't say nibbling, please. Choose your words.
Man, that was funny.
So now we got Nutcracker. Now we got Fruity.
Yeah.
Fucked me up and down.
I'm fucking these stories up tonight, man. Bro, this shit was supposed to be deep and shit. Y'all fucked this whole story up.
No, we didn't. We're gonna keep going.
That's some bullshit.
Here you go.
This motherfucking podcast. God damn.
Hey, this is what fucking happened. Hey.
Y'all listen to this shit. Matter of fact, anybody listening to this shit, y'all have a mental problem just like we do. So enjoy the motherfucking ride. And excuse me, because that was a motherfucking icebreaker. That bitch went down the wrong goddamn.
Yeah. Somebody got to do a
We're about to die right now.
Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Well,
about to die.
Moving along then. Since we can't be serious.
Excuse me.
Hopefully we'll be all right with the hurricane though.
Nah,
please. But anyway,
got two of them, man, just not one.
Man, fuck them bitches.
We got
like this bitch coming Monday.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck it. And we're still open for business.
You know what? Sometimes, look, I told EJ the same shit, right? Sometimes you had this gene in you.
Called.
You know what I'm saying? It just lives inside you.
Where does it breed from, my brother? Can we
comes
preach
from
on
another
that?
dimension.
Can we preach on that? Come on, my brother. Let's go.
It's called fuck it.
Let's go.
Fuck it gene. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get bad news and you're like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Don't give a fuck.
Take your time. You ready to work that. Everybody give me old snap. Oh, brother Billy.
So, brother Benny. Benny talk like he trying to get pussy all the time. You ever hear him?
What are you talking about?
Listen to Benny. Excuse me. You're going to have to edit that out. My bad. Listen.
No. We're leaving that shit in.
All right, but listen. This motherfucker right here, he talk like you ever listen to him? This bitch, he changed his fucking voice for radio.
How I talk?
Look, you talk like this. Yeah, motherfucker. Ah, yeah, fuck that. And then
You sound like Barry Shepard.
And then watch. Next thing you know, this motherfucker get to the mic, and then you're like, yeah, let me tell you all this. So, Hurricane Katrina.
You know, nah, fuck that. EJ.
Marcus Sweat.
Nah. This motherfucker over here, Keith Perspire.
Welcome to the sweat box.
Nah.
The sweat.
The hot box?
It's called. Oh, my bad.
You gonna take out the hot box?
Welcome to the sweat hotel.
Brought to you by Rouse's and EJ to DJ. We're gonna take out the hot box, sweating in the hot box.
What kind of animal is it?
What the fuck?
Ow.
Ow.
Actually, that's actually a pretty good one for me. I'll always sitting there watching. What you say, motherfucker?
Like a little leopard. Wow.
So, a magenta.
That bitch is legit LSU purple. Like no, the Walmart. That's like the Walmart T-shirt.
No, my stupid West Jeff dumbass is like magenta.
This motherfucker got a magenta light, bitch.
You so stupid, dog. Dude, the celly is still talking.
Oh my god. Oh shit,
What time it is? Absolutely.
I bet y'all have real teeth. Bitch, I got real teeth in my eye, bitch. Oh, this some bullshit, nigga.
What is your ambiance? You know?
This motherfucker said, what is your ambiance? And your ass got a magenta ass light there. What the fuck? It is, dog, what the fuck, bro?
Look at that. I have an opportunity for this shit.
Pause, man.
This is in the past.
Wait, what you say?
Is that something that you want to talk to us about, sir?
This is the past.
I said, man, I'm a gentleman like that.
Had the lava lamp from like off of Hustle and Flow. You remember? Spencer's son, dog. You'll never forget it, dog. If Hustle and
For the
Flow,
audience out there.
nah,
Hold up, let me
son,
clean this up.
nah, you gotta clean it up.
For
That's
the
why I
audience
said
out there,
pause.
for they don't know what the fuck we talking about. So we got above us, we have a ceiling fan, and this ceiling fan has 3 lights on it. 2 out of the 3 lights.
Oh, white.
One of these. One of these lights is not like the others.
This other light, this bitch is like, no, son.
One of the lights.
This is like a fucking.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's like a porno scene in this thing.
Yo,
that's like some shit you'll see on the fucking early '90s porn.
For the audience that don't understand, we are filming in a new location.
This bitch is fucking rare. We hop from house to house. This is like podcast trap house. Like we break in motherfucking shit and we take over their garage. We do our shit and we get the fuck out.
This garage in particular has a fucking what you call it? A magenta.
This bitch is magenta.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, hold up. I ain't gonna lie. It definitely reminds me of when I was like 21 and I had this fucking.
You had that time at band camp, motherfucker?
No. You remember you used to live with me when I had my fucking bedroom.
No, my fucking room. I had a mattress on the fucking floor. I got it off.
Bedroom in West Wego, and you already know if I invited a girl to my room, that light popped on. A black light, similar like that.
No, this motherfucker. No, this motherfucker
popped on.
No, son, check this shit out. No, check this shit out. This motherfucker here. This
they come in the room,
here,
they know what the fuck's going on.
This motherfucker here had the illest room.
You ain't going to the bedroom to hang out.
This bitch room, you cut the fucking light off, everything in this bitch is fucking black light, dog. Like everything. Like, son, lava lamp, motherfucking,
I never had the lava lamp.
And shit. That shit was crazy.
That motherfucker said the move.
My shit looked like somebody got. My shit looked like somebody got murdered.
You know, it's freak nasty time. So.
You guys listening to us, please leave on the comment section. What is the creative? How do you set yourself up? We'll talk about it. We talking about ours. Please, it's the motherfucking podcast. Right?
It's a motherfucking podcast. Let's talk about things that we never knew wasn't the norm. I remember in Houston going to HEB. It's a grocery store.
Oh, okay.
And whenever I say store, people like, it's a store. Like, no, it's a store. It's a store. But anyway, I went to HEB and I was pissed off because I ain't find no blue plate mayonnaise. And they didn't sell blue plate mayonnaise in Houston.
That's a Louisiana thing.
And we were so, New Orleans motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Get to talking our shit.
That was one of the first things I noticed.
And next thing you know, a few weeks later, we had blue plate mayonnaise in the store. We had Patton's hot sausage in the store. We had mama noodles out at the store now. Man, I'm telling you, like our influence, like you can go down there to Houston now and you can eat our food because we there.
Well, yeah, a lot of
Shout out to Nisha Rapigo
Cafe.
A
lot of our people went down there in
Houston, Northside.
They made a name on it.
Houston, New Orleans.
Like I said, we cut so different over here in New Orleans. That's the only thing.
Well, I'm about to say damn near everything we say is short compared to everything. Everybody else emphasizes, like New York, they like enunciate every fucking word. You know what I'm saying? Not like us. We trying to find
like it's serious over here.
We trying to shorten every fucking thing.
What up, Shorty? This is Shorty.
And the West Coast is like proper, but they like super dragged out, slow talking motherfuckers.
Yeah. But that's like when he said yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all them I said, what's wrong with him? You're like $2 on dragging fucking knuckles on the ground.
I like West Coast people though. If I had to choose between West Coast and East Coast people, I choose West Coast.
I like the attitude.
Yeah, you got it. Now they the closest we got.
They more open.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of our people out here went west with a big job boom. So a lot of like the NWA and all the motherfuckers, they're direct roots here. Motherfucking Snoop Dogg is in Vanderbilt and Covington all the time. That motherfucking grandparents are from a little area just north of here, right in Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Just past the fucking state line. You know what I'm saying? So fucking a lot of their roots, bro. We spread west, bro. Those factory jobs. Fucking Buick started to open out there.
Mm-hmm. West.
Oakland is New Orleans West. I'm telling you.
Oakland.
Hey, what you say there, knuckleheads? MF'N Podcast will be right back.
Motherfucker, where the fuck is EJ? Y'all seen EJ? Told him supposed to be. We getting complaints about people not getting their cars towed, and we don't have no damn mufflers on order. How the fuck EJ towing the mufflers and ain't got no damn mufflers on order? Where the fuck is EJ at?
Hey, what you say there, knucklehead?
EJ, are you drunk?
Man, what I told you about going for business, man. Mine going for business. Y'all got me out here running like a chicken with my head cut off with no air conditioning in the damn truck that y'all got me in. I'm running around saying I'm going to do these motherfucking social medias. That's what I'm doing for y'all, man.
What social medias you talking about?
Man, I'm talking about these social medias you and that thick ass band that got me running around here doing. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, the MF'N Pod, Instagram, the MF'N Pod, Twitter, the MF'N Podcast 1, YouTube, the MF'N Podcast, Podbean, search for the motherfucking pod. That's what y'all got me doing. I ain't worried about these goddamn towing and blah, blah, blah. Y'all got me doing other shit. What the fuck y'all want me to do?
EJ, I just want you to do your
I done told you that it's your job now that you got me surrounded here searching one of these motherfucking podcasts, bro.
EJ.
That is your job. I told you.
This is your business.
Your position
Ain't nobody told you about
customer complaints. You head of the customer complaints. I already told you to give them the motto. May not come where you wanna. Just know we coming. That's what you're supposed to do. It's that simple. It is that fucking simple.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back, motherfucker.
What up, motherfuckers? You want to be a part of the motherfucking crew? Like, download, subscribe, and share at our website at Linktree. Linktree, linktr.ee/the-MF'N-Pod. Linktree. All right, motherfuckers. I'm here to bring you part 2 of the motherfucking podcast. Very first interview with Keota Picou, a great friend of the show. And you know Keota, she repping in Gretna, Louisiana. You know, you heard me. West Bank of New Orleans. So make sure you check this interview out coming up. If you want to follow her on her Instagram, check out her handle at Hello Keota, or check her out on IMDB by searching Keota Picou.
Oh, like stuff that like you can understand. Got it.
You're not about to play me like I'm shooting.
What you?
Look at her. I got it.
I'm Gortet.
Look, she went.
Gortet idea.
Look, hey, look.
Brilliant.
Look at here. Look here. We're not about to do all of that pretty stuff over
Now you look at here, mister.
Look, hey, lady.
Hey.
I got.
Now don't you be jumping silly on me now.
Sit down, Margaret.
Oh, we're in theater class.
You better sit, Margaret. You better sit your ass down.
My name's not Margaret for the last damn time.
Oh my God. What the hell just happened?
See, I can act too. I'm trying. Look. Hey, look, if y'all looking for somebody in training, I'm trying to do it all. I'm trying to, limitless. I want to do it all.
Well, shoot. Here I am.
Let's go.
Let's start filming.
Put me in the game, coach. I'm trying
Well, okay,
to
well, not that quick. No, not that quick.
Damn.
I'm on the bench, son. Sit your ass down, son.
I need to brush your bubble.
All about that, goddamn.
Don't worry about it. I got you back.
I learn how to act and shit.
You want to learn how to act? Just learn how to be honest. That's what they tell us. And it's not a.
Say that again.
Just be honest.
If you want to learn how to act, learn how to be honest.
Ooh.
You know, it's cool to be straight up with your boys and stuff with your girls, but you have to be able to tell your secrets to the world.
Ooh,
so you have to like seriously, like. I didn't get it at first. I was like, well, how far is too far? And he was like, why are you thinking about how far to go? And they call it like our movement and stuff, like what you want to do, making choices. They say, make your choices, you know, on set. And I'm like, well, I want to slap the shit out of him. Should I do it, coach? Well, yeah.
So a lot of that shit that we see on film.
Well, sometimes it is very real, but we do fight choreography. So, you know, stunt work includes the fights too. But people do get hit. People get hurt all the time. Shout out to Jazzy Ellis, one of the best stunt women, period. But no, you think I'm shit? No, Jazzy, like major, like I love this girl to death. In fact, one of my first classes I took with her, and I had my fro out, and this person won't be named, but the coach at that time, she was a piece of work. She used to she would try to play in my fro. She's like, oh. Well, I thought it was going to be rough like cotton. What? Don't y'all think y'all look electrocuted when y'all have your...
Man,
yes.
Man.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
that's
no.
rampant. That is rampant.
Don't touch my head.
Yeah. And the look on
that's
my... Like, I was a deer in headlights. Like, internally, I wanted to grab her throat. But externally, I just sat there. And everyone in class it was dead quiet. Just silence. And Jazzy got up and, you know, she came, sat by me, and she's like, you know, you okay? Et cetera, you know, you don't have to take that. I was like, man, like, thank you. I don't know what to do. And, you know, she just had my back. So I'm going to always give a big shout out to Jazzy.
So you went into that story, and I heard there was an energy in the room that was transferred. I believe in that. I believe in if the room is a good vibe, if somebody come in all fucked up, you know, pissed off about what they got going on at home and shit, and then they bring it in here, and it's like the whole vibe change.
The whole mood change.
And all of the other students gathered around me, black, white, whatever. You know, it was a diverse class, and they, you know, they stood beside me, and that meant everything. I was like, wow. I don't know why the lady picked me out, you know, because most of us was rocking naturally, but she picked me out, and I was like, wow. I have stories for days, but I'm not going to go too far. I can't, you know, politics.
We don't want to do that.
On here.
We don't want to touch that. So, moving forward, we have a topic that we have coming up on our episode. And it's pretty simple. It's men versus women.
Oh.
Who's in control?
Who's in control?
Men or women?
The penis or the vagina?
And this is what we mean by that.
Yeah.
As a woman, most women can speak for both them and their position, and also what they're looking for is what a man should do or be doing.
Right.
As a guy, we already know what we are supposed to be doing.
Right.
Is it a bad thing if men are in control, whether it be figuratively or not? Or is it a bad thing if a woman is in control
right.
of a relationship, whether it be figuratively or not?
Okay, so I feel like it's a bad thing if there's any type of imbalance. You know, if the woman is the only one in control or the man is the only one in control, you need balance, duality. You can't just have, you know, all of the weight here, all the weight there. I'm not saying 50-50. I'm just saying, just speaking on control, point blank, period. Especially, the thing is, for me, control could be manipulated and, you know, people could be empowered and abuse that power, you know. So I don't think it's a healthy way of living unless both agree upon it. Like, if this one wants to be the dominant and that one wants to be the submissive, and that's cool for them and it works for them and there's respect there that is displayed clearly, okay, who am I to judge? Who am I to dictate what they should do? Now, globally speaking, I think we all know the answer, but many people don't want to see it. Cognitive dissonance,
Let's go into it.
So
let's break that down. Cognitive dissonance.
I
went to West Jeff with your ass. You picking out words. Hold on. We all from the West Bank.
Yeah, we all from the West Bank. I'm about to say.
Okay.
I see this, but I'm gonna choose to act like this is not what it is. I don't want to handle it. Right. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to acknowledge it. No accountability. Nah. So that's what that is. But we still have men in power. Mm-hmm. It's very obvious. Mm-hmm. We have, women have made greater strides now. Mm-hmm. Great, cool. We still have a ways to go. Absolutely. But I don't think the uterus rules the world, or
well, let me wait.
The regions.
Well, let me paint the picture for you for how the conversation went on the episode. So we kind of open up just talking about how to, who's chasing who in that aspect, and the chase factor, the game and the chase. Because there's a little game in there.
Comes to dating.
Who's the hunter? Who's the hunter? Who's the hunted?
At this point, this day and age is either or, and
predator or prey.
Without thinking actual gender, just
I think Keota is definitely the predator.
Masculine energy, feminine energy.
Right.
The electric charge, like this, the plug and the socket. Okay. One gives, one receives. Right. Point blank. Period. Everyone has both in them. More of this than that. Sure. So the way the modern world has changed, I think it's kind of like a toss in the air. You may find a very masculine, dominant woman. She wants to chase. She's going to come up to you. She's going to be like, let me get that number. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey.
You have the guy who's like, that's my place. That's my, you never. Right, I'm just saying, it depends on the person.
Yeah, it does.
Me, however, I'm more like, no.
So you, from based upon that, you are the more dominant. If you see something that you want, you go out and get it.
No. If I see a job I want, a career I want, money I want, I go out and get it. Right. I'm not about to chase somebody, and I don't expect them to chase me. I expect them to respect me because I'm going to give the same respect. I'm going to be 100% honest. Definitely. People take it very wrong. Like, I come off wrong to a lot of people.
Because they don't know how to handle it.
They don't, and I've gotten this like, oh my God, you were a little off-putting when I first met you or whatever. And I'm like, oh, but I didn't say anything really mean. It's like, no, but it's like, just that you said it. I'm like, oh, well, I said it out of respect because I'm not going to play games. Because I don't want you to play games. I'm big on treat people how you want to be treated. Right. I do know when it comes to dating, games are played, which is why I don't date. I don't have the energy or time. I have one good relationship left in me that has burned and sizzled like a big dumpster going down the river. So I'm not. No, we're in a good place now. But you know what? I will say this though. It definitely taught me that I'm just not for just relationships, and I mean that in a good way. Like just certain people just really aren't. I'm just not really into it. I'm busy, being a mom.
Sorry about that, folks. Unfortunately, we're out of time. We want to thank Keota Picou again for that interview, which was the second part of her interview that she did with us. Our first interview here at the motherfucking podcast. We're going to be releasing the full part of this interview later on in the week. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll make sure we post that to our social medias. If you want to follow Keota on her social media, follow her on Instagram at Hello Keota. And you can also search her on IMDB at Keota Picou. All right, motherfuckers. You know what time it is. You hear that music. You ain't got to go home. You just got to get the fuck up out of here. As always, at the end of the show, we want to shout out to our hustlers. The ones that got to get up every day and do multiple jobs and got to have multiple grinds. The ones that are motivated
entrepreneurs, or just people that's just downright trying to make ends meet. The ultimate hustlers, the ones that make this country move, especially in New Orleans. New Orleans is known for our hustle. Shout out to y'all. Keep on hustling. Don't give up. Shout out to Black and Brown Business. We see all the hustlers out there, and we'll be seeing y'all soon. All right, that's it for episode 2. It's the motherfucking podcast, you heard me?